Hi everyone, I hope you're all well. It's been a bit of a while since I've read you one of the weird funny stories I wrote as a kid. So when I last read one, I read you a bit of my 27-page story which was called Brats. And today I think we're going to continue that. For those of you who missed the first part or maybe want a little recap of what's happened so far, we have a set of twins and they were adopted at a very young age. They've just found out that they were adopted and now they're moving back in with their mum, who's a millionaire. Standards, you know, that was like every little girl's experience. Everybody was always told to write what they know at school, and that's what I came up with. So anyways, I'm going to continue on and read a bit more of that story. I can't remember which twin wore the hat in the last video, but hopefully I have a 50-50 chance of getting it right. So hopefully I do, and I hope you enjoy. At last! It took ages to get everything into the hall. 10 servants, me, Bex and Julie and Fred emptied the contents of our rooms into the hall. I just thought of something. I went up to the sharp black hair and blue eyes, pointy-nosed man and asked him, "Hey, sir?" "Yes, madame. What do you require?" "Well, do you think me with all this stuff will fit everything in my room?" "Rooms, madame, rooms. And yes, I do indeed. Your facilities consist of a fair-sized bedroom, a fair-sized bathroom with a toilet, shower, bath with of course sink, and a living room with a widescreen television each." "Each?" "Yes, madame, you and your sister get all these facilities each." "And we can use anything else here?" asked Bex curiously. "You can use everything in this part of the house, including swimming pool and gym," said the servant, hurrying along. Me and Bex looked at each other. "Swimming pool and gym?" we said, then hurried along to catch up with our servant. Well, that sounds like a nice house, certainly. I wouldn't say no to living there. This place is amazing. It has 3 floors. The first floor has a huge kitchen, the kind you get at a restaurant. That leads into the dining area, the size and style of a cafe, with correct furniture. Wait, why would anybody want a cafe in their house? I don't really understand that, but okay. Why did I want a cafe in my house? Why did I want a cafe in my house with correct furniture? There's a dance room with one whole wall mirrored with bars fitted. It's as big as it is, but it looks twice as big with the mirror reflecting. That was an overly complicated sentence. That leads into the entertainment room. Every game console you can think of, and a computer with internet access. There's also the usual things like widescreen TVs and DVD players. The second floor is me and Tasha's floor. On the right as you come up is Tasha's rooms, bedroom, bathroom and living room with another widescreen television. Also, though it doesn't just belong to Tash, is a library. It's not just books either. DVDs, CDs, but books won't go amiss. It's cool. On the left side is my rooms, same as Tasha's, and can you believe it? A concert hall! It's huge, perfect for parties. Okay, mansions are big, but I've never known a mansion so big that it can fit an entire concert hall in it. They probably do exist. There are probably ones that could fit a concert hall in them, but it just, what? You can tell a kid wrote this. The third and final floor is last but not least. Gym, swimming pool and changing facilities, as well as a family room and living room. The pool is huge and includes water slides, rapids and jacuzzis. The second and third floors have balconies looking down onto the hall on the first floor, like the kind you find in department stores. That's Jenna's in Edinburgh, if anybody's wondering. And even though all this may sound huge, it's the smallest section of the house. Wait, what? Whilst eating my tea, a selection of things off the menu, I thought of something. Our real mum, Julianne Bradley had been signed on the letter as her name, had invited us here, given us this 5-star house. This section, we've been told, is rightfully ours in the will, given us our own servants. Doesn't she want to meet us after 12 years apart? I asked James, our very helpful servant from before, when we could meet her, and he said, "Your mother is on her way home from her work. Hollywood is a very busy place at this moment. But of course, when I phoned her today to say you'd arrived, she immediately booked a plane home. Unfortunately, because of this last-minute delay, we couldn't send out a private plane and she had to go public. Business class too, no first class left. But still, she managed to get a seat. Can we complain? A chorus of no's came from me and Bex. But one thing struck me. I never knew my mum worked in Hollywood. So, in case you're not keeping up, this mum is rich. She's basically invited the twins into her house, and this portion of the house that's all theirs has all sorts of servants. It's massive. There's a concert hall, a gym, a swimming pool. Mum lives in another part of the house, I think. Oh, and there's a library as well, a really cool library. So basically everything they could ever want, and they have a computer with internet access because this is the early noughties and those were our priorities back in the day. So yes, the mum is in Hollywood and apparently she's slumming it on a business class flight home. It's alright for some. Okay, so I'll continue reading. And also, what do you think of my accent for the butler? Because I'm really enjoying doing his voice. I want more with James the butler. One thing I've wanted to be since I was young is a Hollywood actress. I always liked the idea of doing what I loved and making a film everyone loves. I can't believe my mum works there. She could be a director and say how Titanic 2 will end. Maybe she is one of the stars working with Brad Pitt and Kate Winslet. I think Hollywood movies could run in the family. Maybe I'll be a star one day. I can't wait until she comes home and tells me what I want to hear. Can I take a wild guess at how Titanic 2 will end? I'm guessing it would be the same where like the ship sinks, because that tends to be the thing. I don't know if there ever actually has been a sequel to Titanic. I know obviously the 1997 one didn't have a sequel, but now I kind of want to see if there's like a weird sci-fi like Titanic 2 or something out there that I can find to see how Titanic 2 will end. Also, I'm pretty sure when I wrote this I'd never seen Titanic, and I don't know if I even knew how it ended. I probably knew that the ship sank, but I don't know if I knew what happened to Jack and Rose, because I didn't even know who Jack and Rose were. The film stars that I've named there, Brad Pitt, with a big sign next to it, and Kate Winslet. I don't think I'd seen any of their films. Bex has Hollywood on the brain now. When James said that bit about Mum being there, she squeaked and suddenly started thinking about her mum asking the producers and directors to put her in the movie. Dream on. The most Bex will get to be is being an extra. You'll see her like a needle in a haystack. But it makes you wonder though, what is our mum doing in Hollywood? I don't think I've seen her in any of the films I own. Anyways, it's 10 PM and I'm ready for bed. Stuff like that can wait till tomorrow. Yes, of course, because you've just moved into like a massive mansion and there's loads to see and you're still thinking, well guys, it's past my bedtime. See you later. Although I suppose they do have like the rest of their lives to enjoy all this. I woke up this morning in a panic. Where am I thought. It was scary. Really scary. Then I remembered. I miss Julie. I miss Fred. I want to go back, but I can't. I can't leave Tash or Bonio, who's sitting on my lap just now. Oh yeah, Bonio was like a dog that I added into the story on like the second page. And now we're on page 5 and he's been forgotten about for a while. So Bonio, the Yorkie with attitude, is still around. I just forgot about him temporarily. How can you say you want to leave your dream home and a mum who works at your dream work? Exactly, you can't. So I go downstairs with Bonio, even though I don't feel like getting up and going down. All this is just too much for me. This place is cool. I love the library and pool and, well, everything. The dining hall and kitchens are fantastic. I like the way it's just like a cafe, but the kitchens have as many cooks and as big as a restaurant. James's came over to take my order for breakfast. The good thing here is they will make just about everything if you want it. If it's not in the house, Tesco, Sainsbury's, Asda or any other places like that, then that's then and only then that they will give up. I give in my order. Fried egg and sausages with 2 rounds of toast just the way I like it. I'm about to settle into Hello magazine when Becky comes in looking sad. I don't have to say what's wrong to know what's wrong. I seem to always write in that they're reading Hello Magazine in my stories. Like, I didn't read Hello Magazine unless I was at the hairdresser's. You miss Julie and Fred, I said just as she sat down. Yes, and your friends? Yes, and Natalie? Yes, and she was waiting for me to interrupt again. I can't think of anything else, I said truthfully. I miss my whole way of life, she said, looking out the window at the flying birds and swaying trees. I feel like this girl's a little dramatic, because, like, they've only been there like 12 hours, surely, by now. Like, it's really not that long. How can she miss her whole way of life after, like, half a day? Oh yeah, I knew that. But don't you see? I've only been here less than a day and miss what I used to be. I was scared I'd turn into a stuck-up brat who gets everything she asks for and more. I smiled. I know how you feel. On the other hand, though, we have a dream house and everything we could think of asking for. And a mum who's willing to keep us, even though we haven't grown up knowing we had her. Bex nodded. Her blonde highlights catch my eye. I fingered my own hair. A light ginger in already blonde hair goes well, but I wish I'd got highlights. I tuned back into the conversation. I don't think it will be the same, going back to Julie and Fred. I'd know the truth and things would change. There's one other choice, I suddenly realised. What, said Bex, jumping to her feet. We could join Nat in care. She sank back down. I've heard stories. And even if you had Nat, you'd be scared the stories would be true. I just don't want it as an option, she snapped. In a softer tone, Bex added, I don't want this life, or my old life, or an adopted child's life again. All right, I understand. She got up, gave me a hug of thanks, and walked off. I was deep in thought when James arrived with my breakfast. Madame, are you okay? Yes, I answered. Fine. I'm going to leave it there for today now because it looks like the next part is where the girls are going to meet their mother. And that could be really interesting and very dramatic, so I think I'll let that have a video of its own. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed basically the description of my dream house at that time. What would you change in that house? What did you like from that house that you would have in your own dream house? And would you have the cafe? Because the cafe seems really, really random to me. But I can maybe understand that you could have things off a menu or something. I don't know. I don't know what I was thinking at that time. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any comments, please leave them down below. And thank you so much for watching, everybody. Cheerio. Thanks again for watching, everybody. If you enjoyed this video and would like to hear more of the weird funny stories I wrote as a kid, catch up over here, and YouTube have suggested a video you might enjoy over here. And don't forget to subscribe to stay up to date with all my latest videos. Thanks again, everyone. Cheerio.